August last year, our electric bill was $195, and this year it was $69. Seeing my electric bill, which is easily half of what it used to be, that's got to be the number one thing, and that's a large reason why we installed the system. And thus far, we've been very pleased with the reduction in our rates. But you know, it's also important to me to know that I'm using a renewable energy resource. It just works on its own, and there's no downside to it that I've been able to figure out thus far. Certainly in regard to the environment, there's no downside to it.
We didn't have the money to do the whole thing at once, so we put it up in stages. And we did first row the first year, second row the second year, because that's what we could afford. You know, we put up that first row, and then of course put up all the equipment that we needed to the first year. And then when we wanted to add, you know, several more solar panels the second year, it was a simple installation. I mean, I'm talking a matter of a couple hours. People do things like this for a lot of reasons. You know, they want to bring down their energy costs, or they want to just get off the grid, or whatever the reasons are. But really, for us, I think it came down to it's the right thing to do. You know, people talk about, you know, what are you doing to help the environment, or what are you doing to be part of the solution? Well, this was our answer. This is what we figured we could do. Our solar system today approximately takes care of about 60% of our electrical needs. You know, when you get your utility bill sometimes at the end of the month, and it's just a couple dollars, that's pretty amazing. And again, for us it was never about that, but I will take that benefit. It's a nice benefit that our electrical bills are so low. I feel good about what we've done. I mean, I feel good about doing what we can do. You know, everybody can do something, and this is what we figured we could do. And
the house is actually just built into the hillside for cool and heating. We built the house in 1980. We started in the spring. We moved in on Christmas Day because we had running water.
I had a degree in theater from the University of Oregon, and they taught you how to make sets. So I knew how to draft things. I had a skill saw and a hammer. We didn't have like the great power tools and the air nailers and all of that. All the rocks came from out of the hills, and then Luke would do things like he'd do some labor, and they would give him like the tin decking for the wood for the ceilings. We've gotten several things, windows from Habitat for Humanity, because you know we use them for cold frames, we use them for greenhouses. You need air circulation. So all of our rooms are open, and there's no wall that goes to the ceiling. We have ceiling fans everywhere, and as hot air rises, we turn those fans on, and that forces that warm air back down. We also have a bearing wall. That wall has portholes in it, so that the air will come through that as well. We're surrounded by rock all winter long. All that rock was emitting that solar storage. So now it's completely depleted of any solar storage. So if there's no sun coming in and you're surrounded by cold rock, it stays cold inside.
The concrete floor, in the wintertime, it stores the heat, but in the summertime, it's sitting down there at that 50-degree level. And so the concrete floor will radiate cool air.
Magnesium brick. They're behind our wood stoves, they're behind our wood cook stoves. It's on the back walls. So the heat is basically stored in the concrete floors, the ceramic tiles, the wood furniture, and the magnesium bricks. For us, because we're gardeners, we start all our plants, well over 1,000 plants, in the house for the gardens.
We're still burning coal, so we burn about a ton of coal, and we burn about 2 quarts of firewood and maybe about 100 of pressed logs.
So how much do you think we spend on heat a year?
$300, $400 at the most.
For heat. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cheap, actually.
I was trying to do something to help offset some of my electricity costs, as well as be, better towards the environment. This shop is 60 by 104, so you're heating 2 6,400 square foot houses roughly. It's a lot of energy. The main portion was installed 2 summers ago. Then I added on 20 panels this last summer. I think it was a 5 to 6 year payback on it. I'm not doing this for a business. This is all hobby stuff. Some of the hobbies I have race cars, dirt track race cars. I build cars, hot rod stuff, a lot of newer type vehicles. Biggest reason I built the shop this big was to be able to put all my things inside, because the sun is what destroys your nice things. My solar system has not given me any problems since the day it's been put up. I've had 0 issues. I would definitely recommend solar to anybody considering it. Warranties are pretty good with everything, and then they're relatively problem free. Yes, it is a cost. You can add on to your systems easily. So say you have a goal of a 10 kilowatt system, but you have the money for the 5, buy the 5 and add on as you have the extra means to do it. I think solar can be part of Wyoming's future. We live in coal country. I have friends that work at the coal mines, and it's just a part of life for all of us. But we have to look towards the future too.